Members, we now turn to the Animal Welfare Bill and Joe Hayes.
For consideration of the Animal Welfare Amendment Bill to be taken as one debate, with each part to be debated on separately.
No. You mean voted on?
Oh, sorry, voted on.
All right. Leavers sought that Part 1 and Part 2, the schedules and clauses, be taken as one question. Is there any objection to that course of action? There is no objection. The question now is, members, that Part 1 on debate on clauses 3A to 60 and the schedule, Part 2 debate on clause 61, the schedule, and clauses 1 to 3 stand part.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chair.
The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr. Chair, it's a pleasure to be able to speak on this very important Animal Welfare Amendment Bill up in front of the House this afternoon. I want to talk about some of the specific parts of this bill and also make a couple of introductory comments. The first one is that animal welfare really matters to New Zealanders. About 2/3 of New Zealand households own a pet. Some of them have more than one pet. So it's hugely important that we get this bill right, and it's my belief that broadly we have got this bill right. The other important thing about animal welfare is that we have a multi-billion-dollar industry in terms of the primary production part of our economy that relies very heavily on animal welfare. A lot of our exports depend on animal production. And so this bill goes a long way to line up both of those important parts of animal welfare in New Zealand, both for those members of society that treasure their pets and those that rely heavily on their income and GDP for animal production and, importantly, into those very important export markets. The other important thing on this Animal Welfare Amendment Bill is that I want to acknowledge all of the Select Committee members that got it into a very good shape, and I want to come to one particular member this afternoon, and that's Mojo Mathers from the Green Party, who's put a lot of effort into it with her team about focusing on some of the important issues for this amendment bill. And Mojo Mathers has a variety of SOPs on the table this afternoon, and I want to address in particular SOP 44 that was introduced by Ms Mathers. This is because of concerns that the government has about SOP 44 being too broad and potentially having unintended consequences the way it was drafted. I thank Ms Mathers for bringing this particular issue to the government's attention, and as a result of that, sitting on the table in my name is SOP number 69. We believe that this amendment still captures the essence of what Mojo Mathers was trying to achieve with her SOP of number 44. I had a very good chat to Mojo Mathers this morning and explained the government's decision for introducing a government SOP, and I know that she is broadly supportive of the introduction of my SOP. It's a useful point to draw the House's attention in terms of focusing on that SOP, that there never has been any animal testing of cosmetics or finished ingredients in New Zealand. But this amendment sends a very important message that New Zealanders care about their animals, and testing of this nature is unacceptable and will never happen if this SOP passes this afternoon. It's also important to note that we have a very strong framework and processes in place for any animal testing done in New Zealand. Any testing for products like medicines has to be improved by an independent ethics committee and has to prove that the benefits outweigh any harm caused. While I'm on my feet, Mr. Chair, I also wanted address SOP number 46, which is from Mojo Mathers. And it's the government's view that we will be supporting and adopting this SOP because the member has rightly pointed out that changes made at the Select Committee to transitional provisions in the bill by removing the words on a particular sector, this SOP is consistent with the original policy intent in the bill, and I thank the member for spotting the need for this minor technical change.
The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr.